Hello guys, welcome to the next video tutorial on Android app development for beginners. In the last video, we have learned about the history and different versions of Android along with the features of that particular version. In this video, we would be learning about the upcoming version of Android, that is the Android 11, along with its feature and the architecture pattern of Android. That is how basically the Android works in the background along with its component. So let's get started. So the upcoming version, that's the Android 11 version. The public beta for Android 11 was released in June 2020 and is available for Google Pixel 2 ranges through the Pixel 4 range, Xiaomi Mi 10 and 10 Pro, and OnePlus 8 and 8 Pro smartphones. Some features that have generated attention are the device control hub, which appears to offer smart home control toggles to effortlessly manage support devices and easily control audio and media output via your smartphone or tablet. Notifications have also been improved with the addition of separate conversations section, allowing user to screen app alert and other messages as desired. User can also decide whether app needs to request permission every time to access your device, ensuring that you know the program doesn't have continuous access to your data unless you decide. While there are likely to be monthly beta releases until Android 11 is made public and the pandemic has appended development timetables, media release for Google Point to be possible for release on September 8, 2020. So now talking about the architecture pattern of Android. So Android developers need a basic understanding about the architecture of operating system and the rest of platform. Android is based on kernel that is based on Linux. It is a version of Linux that is highly optimized for mobile, as mobile operating system made it smallest possible so that it works on devices that have constrained CPU and memory capabilities. On the top of kernel we have Android runtime and set of libraries that enables operating system behavior. The next level is the application framework, and on the top of runtime and associated libraries. Finally, on the top are the apps, including on the top we have basically the application or the apps. Now let's break down each of these layers. The Linux kernel starts with Linux itself and has a set of drivers. Each driver is designed to interface with some part of Android devices. There are drivers such as audio, camera, display, keyboard to manage flash memory, power Wi-Fi. It is the OVMs to customize these mobile devices. So if you are holding an Android device in your hand, the version of Android device will be combination of what Google delivers and what vendor delivers. This is even true of the NXS device because they are all manufactured by specific vendors such as LG, Motorola, HTC, and so on. The next layer is the Android runtime. This includes set of core libraries and critically the virtual machine. Android 4.4 and prior version use a virtual machine named Dalvik. In Android 5, basically was replaced by a new virtual machine named ART for Android runtime. ART uses head of time compilation instead of just-in-time model used in Dalvik. As a result, a app run faster in ART. Now talking about to compile an Android app, you use a compiler that includes in Android SDK, and then you include libraries that are included in SDK as well. In addition to custom code, these libraries manage all sorts of features of Android including graphic, database, encryption, type interface, and so on. This in the On the next level, you find application framework. It has model for controlling all component of your app. This include activities. Activities is nothing but the screen which you basically show or in which you enter your input. Content provider that manages data and basically which just move between your application, location, notification, windows, resources, telephone management, and so on. And finally, there are the apps. Each version of Android as package of Google has been delivered with set of default apps. If a device license use Google service, it already has Gmail, Hangout, Google Maps, and many more apps. Devices that use customized version of the open source version of Android such as Amazon Kindle Fireline has its own set of version of the default apps of Gmail and Google Hangout and Google Maps. Every version of Android has a home or a launcher screen, a browser, contact and calendar management, a phone. All the apps you build yourself as well are the custom apps are the part of those application layer. As a developer, you put your apps using a component, therefore there are the number of component or type of component. Basically, each component is implemented as a Java class. Here are the simple examples of the component. An activity. What is an activity? An activity is an instance of android.app.activity package. A button. A button is an instance of android.widget.button. So now talking about the component types. Basically, these are the component types which basically describe the Android. So talking about the component type, activity represent user interface screen. As I have already told you before that an activity is nothing but whatever the user sees on the screen. So this is activity. So activity represent user interface screens. View. View manages display and user interactivity. So talking about view. Now talking about the service. Service are the special kind of component that can perform background tasks. They can run in background on their own threads that are invisible. You can't handle a view using a service. Service runs in the background as long as a application is running and you can't even see that particular thing. And talking about a broadcast receiver basically react to system message, that is message that are dispatched by a operating system or OS and other apps. And talking about content provider is basically provide manage access to the data which basically shared between different parts of application. So not every app use all these components. The simplest business app uses data storage and simple input and output, while more complex apps incorporate background service, content provider. So if it's up to you as a developer what your app needs and what element of Android platform you want to use. So that's it for this video. In the next video, I will tell you guys about the build process of Android along with which version of Java is supported in Android. So stay tuned and please don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Thank you guys once again.